Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's Market Update. So I'm going to, today is Monday, February 28th, and I'm going to continue from the last video that I posted for you guys. It's on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go ahead and look at that, so you can catch up and you could see how things have been playing out. Like I said, it's always better to go back and see what an analyst has not, I don't want to say predicted, but has analyzed where a target may hit, but most importantly, why he determined those areas. So when I made the video, I think we were somewhere around here, and I told you that my first target is this yellow line. My second target is this green box. Then we got this. Then we're coming back down into here. Now, let me explain to you what happened. We eventually did go to my yellow line, as you can see here. And again, when you look at the previous video, it'll give you a better grasp of how and why we came here. Now, this second box, at the time of the video, I want you to pay attention to these lines here. I want you to pay attention to this EMA. This is a 300 EMA. This is a 200 EMA. And this is a 100 EMA. When you look at the last video, if you haven't already, watch where those EMAs were located. They were above these boxes. The 300 and 200 were above here. So why does that matter? Well, that matters because those are strong areas of resistance. They're going to give a lot of trouble for the price action to break through them. Not that they can't, but it makes it more difficult. That being said, that 300 EMA is already below my box. So I'm still looking at this as a target. And the reason being is because back testing this breakdown here. One of the things about price action that it likes to back test areas of prior support that were broken down. It back tests it before heading back down. Do I think the market is reversing here? No, I do not. I know you're seeing a lot of posts on Twitter. And the same guys have been saying, we're turning around here for the past, 6 to 7 weeks. And yet we keep on dropping and dropping and dropping. And all they do is change the time frames, the hourly time frames, to try to fit their bias. And they just don't want to accept that we are in a bear trend. Nothing goes down in a straight line. We go up, we drop down, we come back up to back test the previous support, then we go further down, then we do the same thing all the way down. Look, you look at this. Look, we don't just go in a straight line. We drop, we come up, we drop some more, we come up, we drop some more, we confirm, we drop some more, we go up. Here, all we did here is we put in a bearish market structure, which is a double top, and this market structure normally does a double top, then it puts in a bear flag, then it goes further down. That is the normal trajectory of these double top plays. It's not impossible to turn around here and go back up to all-time high. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's not probable. It's a big difference. So think about that for a second. It's not impossible, but it's not the most probable outcome. And when you determine what a probable outcome is, how many times has this market structure played out the way I'm describing? It's played out more often than not. So that becomes probable. So that's why I say that it's improbable that we turn around from here. Now, let's give some hopium to the people who have blinders on and only want to believe a bull scenario. When will I turn bull? When is the time where I would say, okay, you know what? We're going back to all-time high. I've said it before, right here. You break this downward trend, this bear trend, and you break it. For me, the turning point is right here. The 52,000 area. You climb above all of these EMAs. You climb above this area here, all of these EMAs. you get above this prior lower high and you consolidate, guess what? I'm flipping bull. And that's okay. I'm bearish when the market tells me I'm bearish. And I'm bullish when the market tells me I'm bullish. I don't turn bullish because some guy's little trend says we're going bull. That is not enough for me, especially when that same indicator has been wrong for the past 2 months. I mean, think about it. Some guys are telling you, we're turning around for the past 2 months. We haven't turned around. Their indicator's completely wrong. And you guys still want to believe we're going around. Guess what? All he has to do is continue to say that. And guess what's going to happen? One of these days it's going to come out. That doesn't mean his fucking indicator is working. That just means you say it enough times. Yeah, I know it's not going to zero. I know we're going to turn around eventually. But shit, how many times are you going to say the same shit before you get it right? And then, I'm a genius. I told you it was going to turn around. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. We all knew it was going to turn around. But your fucking little indicator's been telling you the same shit for 2 months and it's been wrong. So why are you going to write it down for 2 months? Why not accept the fact that we're in a bear trend? Does that make sense to you guys? So, right now, everything is playing for me exactly the way it needs to play for a continuation to the downside. Nothing has changed in my bias. Looking at this $1,500 candle, what is this? This is probably more. No, it's just three. Wow, this is nice. This is a $3,000 candle so far. $3,000, $29.33.79. A $3,000 candle. Just great. But does that mean we're reversing? No, not at all. Does not mean. It means that we're heading right to where I said it was going to hit. And if you don't believe me, go to YouTube. Look at the date stamps. Look at the videos. And this is why I encourage you guys to look at the previous videos. Watch what I say and the reason I say it so that you can understand where my analysis comes from. And when those targets hit and we go back down, you're going to understand why that happened. Rather than listening to some cartoon avatar on Twitter, try learning how this stuff works. So you don't have to depend on someone who's giving you an indicator that's crap. There's a lot more to analyze in the market than one little indicator that's telling you the trend's going to turn around and it's been wrong for 2 fucking months. You got to look at the bigger picture. Market structures, EMAs, support and resistance, losing the support and resistance, back testing those areas. All of that is going to give you a much better understanding of how markets turn around. Knowing what the invalidation points are. Does that make sense, guys? Invalidation. Everyone's analysis is going to get invalidated at some point. Everyone. Let that sink in. Every single person's analysis is going to get invalidated at some point. Because I'm bear because the market's showing me I'm bear. Until what? Until it invalidates. But I'm not telling you for the past 2 months that my trend says, hey, we're going up, changing the hourly time frame to fit that bias as we go all the way back down. That I'm not doing. I'm looking at a lot more different metrics, looking at the overall market structure, price action, EMAs, support resistance, to find confluence to back up what I'm telling you. Go back 3 months on my videos. Go to my timeline, because my videos actually started in Loom, which is a screen sharing recording program. I recently started putting them on YouTube, only because I got a lot of requests on it. I don't know why people just can't click on the Loom link, which is the same thing. But however, I just started putting them on there. But go back to my time feed, my timeline on Twitter from January, and listen to some of the videos. You can put it on 1.5 speed, so it'll play much quicker. So you don't have to listen in normal speed. And Watch how I analyze the market. Watch what I'm looking at. Look at the signs. Look at the EMAs. Look at the structure. Look at the breakdowns that I've called. Guys, I don't have a crystal ball. And I've been right the entire time. Do you know why I've been right the entire time? Because of this, guys. Look, I'm telling you guys, I have a cheat sheet. And that's price history. Everything that's happening now has happened in the past. And when you understand how to look at the past price action to help you determine current price action, you're going to seem like a fucking genius, like you have a crystal ball. And I don't have a crystal ball. I just understand how to read the signs based on what has happened in the past, because the probability, again, back to that word, the probability is that it's going to repeat again. That's what a market cycle is. A market cycle is that it goes up, it flushes down, it takes profit, and it goes back up. That is a market cycle. And that has played out in the history of Bitcoin 5 times. And when you look at the market structure of those profit-taking events, which means a bear trend, they all play out exactly the same. So when you understand how to read that, it becomes very easy to see all the way back in January that we were heading down. And I didn't know how far down, so I took it one step at a time. And I explained in those videos, okay, if we break this point here, we're going to continue to this point. And if we can't hold this, we're going to continue to the next area. And that's how I broke it down for you guys. So you guys can see area per area per area as we went down, why we went down, and what was the probability and the reason behind that probability, rather than just feed you hopium. If you look at the post on those guys, they have 8. This one guy had, I'm not going to name the name because I don't want to everybody is going to learn. It needs to learn in their own pace, and I don't want to hinder or stun their growth and feel like they don't need to go out there and share. So I'm going to leave them alone. I'm not going to call each individual out. But this one person I'm looking at his trend, his little indicator. In 1 hour, he got 868 likes. That shit was fucking nuts. And guess what? This was a post from last week, and we broke down further. And he's been calling that same stupid little indicator for the past 2 months, how it's telling you it's going to go around, how he's longing, and still he's getting fucking slaughtered. Now, he's getting slaughtered in the short term because eventually we are going to go to 100,000. We're going to go much higher than 100,000. But for the short term, he's getting his fucking ass handed to him. But that's okay. That's how I learned. I got my ass handed to me plenty of fucking times. And that's why I'm so good at what I do. Because I have lost a shit ton of money. But I have done more mistakes than a lot of people, so I now know what not to do. And that's what makes me so good. That I've lived through all of those mistakes. And guess what? I'm still going to live through more mistakes because none of this is a certainty. And there's going to be things that I do exactly exactly what I needed to do, and I'm still going to lose because that's how the markets work. The only thing I have to make sure is that I stick to my rule set, and that my rule set has proven to work more often than not. That is it. As long as I am winning more than I am losing, and my rule set continues to improve, that's all I can ask. So my rule set right now says we're heading to this green box, best case scenario, and we're going to come back down into this target right here. That's it. The probability of going here is not very good, according to my rule set. And I can't change my rule set midstream because that's when you start getting messed up. That's when you start fucking up. Because if you're going to have a rule set that's making you money, you got to stick to it through the good or the bad. Because you already accepted that you're not going to have a 100% success rate. But if you start changing in midstream, when are you going to respect your rule set? And you got to allow the process just to happen naturally. So again, guys, this is the top that I'm looking at. When we get here, guys, I will do another update video. Actually, no, not when we get here. Once we close, whether it's below or above, I'll have an update. But for now, we are heading in the right direction. We're putting in what we needed to put. And just because we have a $3,000 candle doesn't mean we're turning around. We had a $4,000 candle here. And look, and we went all the way down here. And that's going to be a lot of the hopium tweets. Watch this. They're going to be like, oh, this bullish engulfing candle, we're going to turn around. Well, look, that don't mean shit. Bullish engulfing candle does not determine the direction of the market. Again, that's how uneducated and ignorant most people are. This is a bullish engulfing candle? Yes. Well, guess what? So was this one. 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 That don't mean, look, so was this one. That don't mean jack shit. But again, guys, when you're holding from the top and you run it all the way down, you need hope, or it's gonna break you. You need to justify why you held all the way down, and you need a glimpse of hope. And what I'm telling you is not a glimpse of hope. So you don't want to hear that. Your fight or flight instinct is don't listen to him. He's just trying to get in your head. But am I? If I've been telling you we're going down this whole entire time for 3 months, am I just fucking with you? Or am I actually telling you the truth? Don't you think the guy that you're liking his post is telling you from over here that we're turning back around is completely wrong, but yet you keep on listening to the same fucking guy? And yet we went all the way down here, but you're still wanting to believe because you need to cope. That's the difference between an analyst and someone who shouldn't be trading his money until you learn. But, like I said before, I need people like you in the market because you're the people who make me money. You're the people who allow me to have such a good fucking life. I get to spend your money. I go out on vacations and buy nice cars and homes and everything I want with your money, thanks to you. So I'm very, very grateful for you. That's why I keep on making these videos, because I'm grateful. No matter how much I tell you, you're not going to listen. I think everybody knows. I mean, you see it clearly. There's the majority of people, they're pretty fucking stupid. And no one who's stupid is going to admit they're stupid. They don't even know they're stupid. They don't. They think they're fucking brilliant. That's what makes them, that's what makes it so brilliant. They think they're stupid, so they think they're smart. They don't know they're stupid, so they're going to continue to do the same thing. And I'm going to continue to just take their fucking money. I fucking love it. It's great. So I'll give you guys an update. This is the daily candle. Let's give it a couple of days. Well, I'm not in a hurry. Let's give it a couple of days. So today's Monday. Let's give it Wednesday. Wednesday, I'll give an update. We'll see. We'll have 2 more candles in. This one closes in 8 hours. So yeah, we'll be on our 3rd candle and we'll see where we're at. Are we going to be down here or are we going to be up here? This market structure says this is it. And this is what usually happens. So I'm going to say we're going to be somewhere around here on Wednesday. Or we may range underneath resistance. Let's see how it plays out. All right, guys, have a good day.